My name is Winston. Coming from a communal home in Jamaica, church for me was a must. Each kid in the house had to go to church regardless because my grandmother, she was a fierce Christian woman. There was no two ways about it. As a 10-year-old, I relocated to the UK to join my parents. It was basically a continuation of the same thing, church twice on Sundays, regardless. Upon turning 18, a pastor approached me one night, Sunday night after church, and told me I had to get baptized. That didn't sit too well with me, so I basically ran away. For the next 5 years, I had nothing to do with church. Little did I know, you can't run or hide from God. As a 24-year-old, I relocated to Canada without any support group whatsoever. At this point in my life, I found myself gravitating towards church. I'd be on the road any given Sunday, and there's a worship going on, and I'd literally open the door, peep around the corner, and invite myself in, take in the service, and I was back on the road again. I relocated to Edmonton, Alberta. At that point, my roommate, my buddy, he got invited to church. He went to church and he came back home on Sunday evening and inquiring as to how this church went. He told me the pastor told him to come home and get your friend. He needed to speak with me. So naturally, I went to church the same Sunday evening and I met the pastor and he spoke into my life. 12 months later, in May of '83, I was baptized. I then relocated back to Toronto. With the lure of the bright lights, I was back living a fast life, only going to church sporadically. Fast forward now to 2006, I lost my mother. Upon losing my mom, 10 months after losing my mom, my life turned around. I lost everything, home, family, everything. I was now in a battle. I knew what I was facing and what I was going through, but I didn't have the inclination to fight that fight. So there were times I'm driving the car and being overcome by grief or emotion. I just pull off the side of the road and I'd literally cry, bawl my eyes out. Lord, why me? What have I done? Why am I going through all of this? But then Deuteronomy 3:22 says, do not fear. I am the Lord your God. I will fight for you. So during the waning months of 2011, the Spirit kept telling me, boy, you need to go seek God. So finally I decided the very first Sunday in 2012, I will make my way to church. And I ended up right here at Light of Life, House of Blessing. It's been 11 years and counting, and I'm still rooted right here. Being churched here at Light of Life, I am more at peace with myself. There's no more rage within me, right? So for anyone out there who's suffering or struggling in that situation, I'd advise them, be broken. Just relax and let God have His way in your life. My name is Winston, and this is my life after the cross.